Oh, yes.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want.
Hey guys, Coach Dan here, aka Casper the Ghost. I've been lifting for over 20 years. I hold a degree in exercise and sports science, and I've been coaching for 10 plus years. On this channel, we're all about evidence-based hypertrophy or muscle growth training, getting you as jacked and shredded as your heart desires. In today's workout, we're going through lower body workout number 2 for the week. I'm going to show you what I do, explain why I do it, and show you exactly how to execute so you can apply to your own training. Some thoughts for this week. This whole training shtick is very repetitive. We have to come back and do it over and over and over again to see the outcomes that we want. With that in mind, we have to make sure we actually get some satisfaction or enjoyment from our training. Otherwise, it's going to be something you hate doing that you have to do on repeat to get the outcomes that you want. So we have to find joy, we have to find passion, we have to find some level of fulfillment. Otherwise, you're just grinding it out for the rest of your life. Or more what most people do a little period of time, get a little result, and then stop going. Or do a little period of time, not get the result you're after, and then stop going. But if you really enjoy it, you'll do it for a long time, and you'll never stop going. And you will get the best outcomes possible anyway. So yeah, it's very repetitive, and what that means is that, yeah, like you have to come back and do it day on day, week on week, month on month, year on year, but it feels good. But you have to get to the stage that it feels good. So if you're someone who starts, stops, you don't really get the reward yet, which is that feel good feeling, and then realize, oh, hang on a minute, without training, I don't feel good. And, you know, it makes me feel better than getting up in the morning is bad, if that makes sense. So all the good feelings you get, or the I feel good about myself, it makes me feel good, it makes me feel confident for the day, it makes me feel all these good things will eventually outweigh the bad things. Getting up early, going when you don't want to, whatever else it might be. Anyway, let's get started. Lower body workout number 2, a posterior chain dominant workout, or at least more of the volume is towards the posterior chain. Posterior chain being anything on the posterior side of the lower body, hamstrings, glutes. Some people would consider the back the posterior chain, but more thinking hamstring and glutes, and a little bit of quads. So on the other day, I do more quads, little bit of hamstrings. This day, more quads, more hamstrings, little bit of, you know what I'm saying. One day, not this day, is devoted more towards the quads. The other day, today, is devoted towards the hamstrings. All right, that'll do. So this here is I cannot find the name for this, or at least one solid name. It appears to be called, this is an older machine that's been refurbished. It appears to be called some kind of squat / lunge / deadlift machine, and I'm going to do deadlifts in it, or it's stiff-legged deadlift targeted towards the hamstrings. So I like it, and the reason I chose this one, there's a belt squat variation over there, and in my time, I really like a belt squat stiff-legged deadlift. I like a barbell stiff-legged deadlift. I like a few different versions of stiff-legged deadlift. Why I chose this one is because the resistance changes throughout, which might have some merit. So you can see these two weight horns here, and you can see this hinge point. You can see that this weight horn is very close to this hinge point. So what happens when I start at the bottom of the movement, it's the hardest it will be in the stretch position, and that stretch position potentially has some value for muscle growth, or more value than the short position. So with that in mind, it might make sense to make some of your exercises hard in the stretch position, not as hard in the shortened position, so you can do more work in the stretch position. So we go here. As I start to lift this weight, you can see that this weight horn ends up above or closer to this pivot point, which makes the movement easier. So starts off very hard, so I'm going to load all this one when I add my weights on. starts off very hard and then gets easier. And again, at the bottom, it's the lengthened position. It will be hard there, easier in the shortened position. With all that said, I stand feet pretty much directly in line with where my hands are going to go. I have my hips high. When I'm ready to begin, I'll take a deep breath, get my chest proud, feel that big hamstring stretch, and then stand up. Control the down phase, feel the stretch, control up. Hips are high, hamstring stretched. So I don't have to go fully locked out with the knees because that'll limit a stacker range of motion, but just the softest of knees. Feel that deep stretch. So a little tip for this one is to kind of make sure you're working within your own range of motion. I like stretch. I used to do different stiff-legged deadlift variations on a box. I found that my back was moving because I was going in excess of where my range of motion could go. I couldn't go any further, so my back would round a little bit. So just go within your hamstring flexibility, and that'll get us there. All right, let's keep crushing. Big chest workout yesterday. She was a good one. Get this right in here. Jeez, feels good. All right, let's go.
I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I be spreading out, call it word of mouth. Can't put me down, I be getting loud. You can have it douse, not what I'm about. Have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round. I'm legend bound, can't stop me now.
You don't wanna fuck with me. A slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can. Just tell me that I can.
Cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots. I tell you get big box, you get shots, you swing lots and pop off a big shot. Got big dreams, bigger things in.
Alright, our stiff-legged deadlift done on the squat / lunge / deadlift machine. That's all I know what it's called. That's quite good. You just got to get your setup correct. Because this is a hinge, again, it's going to move throughout the movement as far as where you hold it at the beginning will change. So you kind of got to get the position where you feel balanced and it kind of lines up with you both at the start and at the end because it will be slightly different. So due to efficiency's sake, we're also going to do our glute dominant movement on here. That is going to be the rear foot, and I'm going to front foot elevated and do a split squat on here. Started both these two last week and both very good, very efficient. Both make sense. Both are good exercises like so. It works out really well. Before 2 weeks ago, what I was doing for my glute dominant exercise was a front foot elevated Smith machine split squat. That's very good as well. But again, we're already on here for a stiff-legged deadlift, so may as well do our split squat on here. And again, same potential benefits. Hard in the beginning, hard in the stretch position, easier as we go on. So we'll take this. This has been known to be called a pussy pad from time to time. The machine itself has a frame here, so we'll put that on there. We'll flip around. I'll do left leg so you can see that best. Grab the handles, foot on the pad here at the beginning, and then driving up. Now to make this movement as much about the glute now, we want lots of hip flexion. So that means shutting down the hip joint to stretch out the glute. We're not as concerned for this particular variation with a lot of knee flexion, but if you wanted to make this just a general overall quad movement and glute movement and everything together, you could get a large range of motion through both joints. I want to lean it mostly towards my glute, so I want mostly hip flexion and maybe not as much knee flexion, or I'm not super concerned about that because we got quads after this. So grabbing the handle, driving up, trying to get the knee almost to the chest, and then drive up like that. Do both legs, get a feel for it on both legs. Should be good. So, my potentially all-time favorite glute exercise ever is a rear foot elevated dumbbell split squat, but that is very, very, very fatiguing. So, yeah, got to use that sparingly when I have a lot of juice. Maybe in the next program I'll consider that one, because I'm going to go 3 days of lower body training per week. I could put it at the start of that workout, have a lot of energy for it, and all that kind of stuff. All right, let's keep the ball rolling here and hit our split squats.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring.
All right, our stiff-legged deadlift and our split squats done. I don't know why that machine's not used more. You don't see that pretty much used at all. Never see anyone use that. I think it's kind of designed to help beginners learn to deadlift and do those different things because it's nice and stable. But I think there's merit there for intermediate and advanced people as well because of the resistance of it, how it starts off really hard. The stability is really good. So if I were to do another split squat with, say, dumbbells, you kind of have to grab the dumbbells, bring them out. I got up to decently heavy dumbbells and I was like, you got to haul them out, bring them down, hold on to them, all that kind of stuff. That one there, none of that. So I'm wondering the downsides. Anyway, now I would like to say the hard work of this workout was done, or at least the harder stuff. But this little combo is a bit of a kick in the nuts. This is going to be hard yakka, as we say in Australia. Don't know where that term comes from. I don't have a history lesson for you, but hard yakka just means hard work. Yeah, I don't know where that comes from actually. So we're going to hip press, or a leg press variation, I think they call a hip press. I haven't done this one until last week pretty much in a program. They aren't all very good, these ones, as far as resistance go, in my opinion. IMO, as the youngsters say. But this one here has a couple of loading options, so you can load 2 different horns there. And again, we talked about the hinge point on the other machine over there. The hinge point's up here. If I load that first horn, which is what I will do, it's hard, not the hardest in the stretch position, but it's kind of hard in the middle range. And it felt good last week, so we carry on, we try and progress with it. A good thing about doing new things is it looks like you're getting better at an extremely rapid rate, or building muscle, or whatever it might be, but essentially you're just learning to do the movement better, techniques improving, nervous system's getting better at all this kind of stuff. So anyway, it's good for the ego. So what we've got on here is a leg press variation. So last week I started with half my foot on, at least the ball of my big toe off. If I were to do this variation with my foot up here, we don't get full or as much knee flexion. So I've got half the foot on, half the foot off. We push away, take the safety away, control the way down, as always, get that full knee flexion. You can see that weight horn. It's not directly in level with the hinge point, but it's, just below. And then as I press, it ends up above the hinge point. So it's coming back to this hinge point. So just an easy rule of thumb is when that's directly out from the hinge point, that's the hardest, because what we call the moment arms are longest. So if this is the hinge point, like this is what it's hinging on, as it gets closer to this point, you think, well, it's never getting closer because it's kind of on the same length of arm, but essentially it is because it's coming above the point and force is coming down. So we're here, hinge point, either down this way, we're closer to the hinge point in regards to the force coming down, and directly under, as much weight as possible would just sit there, and then directly over, probably no, it always swings down, but it's easier. So in short, hardest out here because it's furthest away from this point, easiest or easier. So you kind of have these different resistance throughout. I'm going half the foot on, half the foot off for more knee flexion. Now I've got no shoes on at the moment. I see people do this and I think my feet are such massive pussies that I don't think I can do that, but I'll try today so I don't have to go put my shoes on. Now the protocol here, another tough one, just like the hack squat from earlier lower body session of the week where we did a drop set, we're going to do a superset sort of thing. So it's going to be heavy set on here, 6 to 8 reps. 2 moderate sets, 8 to 15. All of these nice and close to failure, working pretty hard. After the last set on here, I'm going to walk over, if available, or maybe this way, and do a back squat with 25 kgs today. So it's set on here, 6 to 8. Another set, 8 to 15. Rest, another set, 8 to 15. After that set, immediately, we're doing a 4th set of this muscle group. Quads is the target. We're going to walk directly over. It looks like it's going to be better to do over there. And then we're going to do a set of 10 to 20 with 25 kgs. Again, this is a superset. It's an intensity technique. It's going to add 1 extra set of volume with not a lot of extra time commitment. And it's quite tough. And it gets us close to failure multiple times. So, or an extra time at least. Okay, let's build it up. Let's see if my pussy feet can take doing this barefoot, or I've got to get some shoes. Let's go.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't need shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
There's no mercy in this world, just hunger-thirsty persons in different versions. Each new update, that shit worsens. Why? Pull back the curtain and you'll see the different vermin. We all have different burdens that all seem to cause disturbance. So do me a favor, don't treat me like a neighbor. Don't need the different flavors of your problems just to savor.
Oh, yes. Good. Good. right, quick one while I let my quads recover before I have to walk up some stairs. Firstly, I want to pay respects to the powerlifting community. I know I just did a 25 kg squat in a mono lift, and to you folk, that's probably like curling in a conventional squat rack. It's the same comparison. So firstly, let me just pay my respects and apologize. The only reason I did that is because finishing here and going to superset with that squat, that monolift is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish meters away. There is another couple of squat racks, maybe 10 to 15 meters away. So it was efficient. I apologize. And yes, I hope you can forgive me. Number 2, I quite like this leg press. So at the beginning of that set, I was thinking, I think I find a conventional leg press more effective mainly. There's like a good one here, which I have used before. Conventional is not the right word. A 45-degree leg press, where we have a similar resistance throughout. And I thought, I think that feels more effective to me, like a greater sensation of stimulus. Like you get to the end of a 45, or me personally, get to the end of a 45-degree leg press set and you feel absolutely jacked in the quads. And I was kind of like, is this equal to that? And I think it feels quite effective. It's different. So I'm learning to push harder on this one each time I come back and do it, because a 45-degree leg press will have a similar resistance throughout because it's just coming on those rails 45 degrees. And this kind of hinges. You kind of start, you hit a pretty hard sticking point, and you have to drive through that, and then it gets easier again. So understanding and learning where failure is on this will take a little bit of practice for me. Call me, call me inexperienced, whatever you want to call me, but just those sensations of like, can I do one more rep here? I know I had to grind out through that mid-range, but can I do one more? It's hard to know. So finishing those sets, I thought they were hard. My quads are pumped. Those are good signs. The weight was up on last week, blah, 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 blah. But learning to push close to failure, I think, is a skill. And on this particular machine versus a 45-degree leg press, I've got to work on that skill. And yes, number 3. I don't know if I really have a number 3. That's painful, man. So like here, walk over, start those back squats. Quads are jacked up. That's what I wanted to talk about, being tough in training. Like, I know training's not just about building toughness. It's not about building toughness at all, really, is it? Like, I enjoy it. It's fun. It's building muscle, improving physique. I think that's fun and cool, and it's almost like an ongoing science experiment. How do I build more muscle? How do I get lean? Like, it's an ongoing thing, which I find quite fun. But I do not really want to be a person in my life who can't push through tough times. So the old word that I think is not politically correct anymore is being a pussy. Now, I apologize if that's not correct. Put it in quotations. That's what I would have used to call myself. Don't be a pussy. So like, I want to be a person in all of daily living, who's not a pussy, who when things get hard can push through, and yes, this is only a physical element of that. There are other elements to that being not being a pussy, not me, just the words that it used to be, that there are, like, if you're someone who finds it hard to do things intellectually, like read a book and stick at reading a book when it's tough and challenging and hard to learn and blah, 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 and you used to give up after 5 minutes, and then you push through and now you can read for 30 minutes straight. Like, that is a similar idea in a different field, but I think they can somewhat transfer after, obviously there's a law of specificity, but I think if you push hard in one region and not be a pussy, I think it can transfer a little bit to another region. And then in that other region, you have to apply that specificity. So physically, we can do it here regularly, day to day, not being a pussy. Then we can apply that to our lives, specifically where it matters, being better, being more patient, being, if things are difficult at home, as far as, kids or wife or whatever it might be, you can push through those things and be better in those situations. And I think this can knock onto that. That got more deep than I was intending it. I think I'm ready to tackle some stairs and go upstairs and do some hamstring curls. Come on. All right, motivated by a candy cane, intra-workout candy cane. I made it up those stairs, and we find ourselves at the lying hamstring curl. Lying hamstring curl machine. Not too much to this. If you are in a gym and you're not like a specific Pilates, weightlifting, you're just in a standard kind of general gym and you don't have a lying hamstring curl, I don't know. I don't know. I just think most gyms would have it, so that's a good thing. If your gym doesn't have it, the question would be why not? Regardless of that, this is a good hamstring curl because of this angle here. I like this angle. So if you think about the hamstring, a lot of the muscle passes both the knee and the hip. Some of it passes just via the knee. And if we were just to kind of go from a straight leg position like this and we were like back like this, that will be a fully stretched and fully contracted part of that part of the hamstring. So if we just wanted to train there's 3 muscles in the hamstring. Part of one of those muscles, the bicep femoris, there is a short head and a long head. The short head is the only part of the hamstring that just passes the knee. So if I was to be fully extended at the hip and I extend the knee and flex the knee, you'd be more inclined to think the bicep femoris short head is working fully, it's lengthening, it's shortening all the way. However, the rest of the hamstring, including the bicep femoris long head, is also responsible partly for hip extension. So going into hip flexion is a further stretched out muscle. So we've already done those stiff-legged deadlifts today, but for some extra volume, we're going lying hamstring curl. Particular lying hamstring curls where they have you like a steep angle like this means we get more stretch through the hamstring, or majority of the hamstring. This is a seated hamstring curl. I do this on my other lower body day per week. So, that has us in the seated position like this. So again, a further stretched, but a lying variation where you do have a steep angle here. There's nothing wrong with getting that little bit extra stretch. Is that all I've got for you? That's all I've got for you. Sit up. We get into position. Lie down. I think one of the only considerations is to make sure the ankle, whatever, that foot pad, ankle pad, whatever, is nice and low down on your foot, but not so low it's off your heel and you can't pull. And then we set this angle up with your hip angle, so we're flexed at the hip because of that. Heels come to butt, control the way down, gentle tap, heels to butt. Bada bing, bada boom. We're in here for 2 sets, and now we are in the back end of the workout. So let's finish off strong.
I wanna be the best in the game, invest in my name. Check no restraints, I'm obsessed with the pain. I ingest, I retain, assess and I change. Possessed by the thought I'll be free one day from society's restraints. Money, clout and fame, mud, disease, a plague. We all love to hate, have to play the game, have to make a name. All our insecurities are on display. This is war with the enemy, think that it was meant to be. Living in a time where disease is on every screen. I won't let them fester me, I know most are festering. Negativity is a plague for the mentally weak. No mercy, all I got is working. Never stop searching, never quench the thirsty. I'm toxic and psychotic with this logic. You can't stop it, it's been chronic. Since I was a voice so neurotic and chaotic.
Yes. Okay, lying hamstring curls done. Nice. Performance increase from last week. Spot on. Technique, sound, hamstrings feel jacked. What more could you ask? That hamstring curl, lying hamstring curl, has kicked in a craving for some Cheerios. Now, if you're someone from Australia, let's go with us first. We get 2 options for Cheerios, like a standard Cheerio or a honey version, that's it. Now, I'm led to believe from the internet that there are lots of different variations of Cheerios. So, if you are someone abroad and you get a better range of Cheerios, comment down below, favorite Cheerio flavor, comment where you're from, and I'm coming to that place to try that Cheerio. That's how much I love Cheerios. All right, breakfast cereal aside, we're gonna go machine adduction here upstairs, good machine, downstairs calf raise, and I'm going to have to do my abs at home because I've packed away my ankle weights to make my leg raises harder. So that's that for today. So we'll go this and the calf raise, and then we're out of here. So legs over on. This machine's cool because this can actually adjust. So you can kind of take it to where feels good for you. This back, I mean. These mostly adjust on adduction machines, I would hope so. Otherwise, your range, you might not reach a good stretch, blah, 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 blah. But this, in my experience, doesn't adjust. Like there is one here, no adjustment as far as the backrest. The things come out, obviously. So this adjusting is not a bad thing. You can kind of make it what feels good for you. I'm kind of leaning slightly back, but not too far. There are 2 more notches down, so I'm at this one I've found. Lean back onto the pad. You're keeping in mind that adduction or adductors are essentially what main job is to pull the leg together, but the other job they hold is to kind of flex the hip. So they kind of help you pull you into this position. So I feel going from here, big stretch, less stretch. So what that means is leaning back into a stretch position might have merit for stretching them and training them and muscle growth for the adductors. Grab some handles, drive the knees towards one another, thinking about that inner upper part of your thigh. Control the out, gentle tap, drive. Bada bing, bada boom, 2 sets here. On this day, I do 10 to 15 reps for both sets. I do adduction on another day, and I do that for a heavier rep range. I don't really want to do another machine or anything else, so I just do this in 2 different rep ranges. That's all my rationale there. Okay, let me go see what weight I'm gonna do, and then we're on.
We all want things, but what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be? And do you believe you can do anything? But what you gonna do for it? How you gonna move for it? What you gonna be?
My strife, my right to fight, to die on. And this is my game to play, to claim a brand new name. Oh,
It's good. Really good. So this is, I think the brand is Paramount. Squat press. I'm going to do a calf raise on here. A justification for doing this is we're not loading the spine, so you're going to sit here in this kind of position. It's not bar on the back, which tends to be pretty fatiguing. That's a good thing. Another thing, it's on a hinge, so it gets easier as it goes. It might not be to a significant effect because calf raises don't inherently have a large range of motion, so it might not make a difference at all, but nonetheless there's that. But the unloading of the spine, the easy setup, I love all these things at the end of a workout. So calf raises, half the foot on, half the foot off the platform here, at least the ball of your big toe. And what can happen sometimes with calf raises is you might slide as the set goes on. So you'll see me shuffle back on, because if we don't have the ball of our big toe on there, we won't be able to produce very much force, and you'll be finding a tippy turn. So maybe once per set I'll shuffle my foot back on such that I can do that. So half the foot on, half the foot off, ball of the big toe, we push away, heels go down, feel that big calf stretch, raise, stretch, raise. Nothing to it but to do it. 4 sets here, we'll do abs at home. Good workout. Let's finish it off.
If I want it, gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters. And we ain't got nothing to hide, we move forward like soldiers. You better wake up for the pay stub or you'll pay up. Don't make love to the game, bruh, fuck the game up. Change up, rearrange stuff to your greatness. Famous for the way up, play the game, bruh.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it.